Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's Frank. Right? Anyway, how you guys all been doing? It's been what, maybe 2 days? Man, I can't keep anything straight. We're still on vacation, so. Yeah, but today we did a bunch of work on, again, I call it my Magic the Gathering room. Because now it's basically going to be that. Yeah, I put up the rest of the shelving units. Put the office, like I got this new desk. It's kind of small, but it's perfect for that room. It doesn't need to be that big. And then put like this kind of, I call it my chintzy, this chintzy seat that I got from Amazon. I think it was like $35 or something like that. It ain't, my width of just my like waist. I'm not fat by any means, but just like it barely fits me. So if you're a 6 foot plus guy, you're gonna have a hard time sitting in this thing. But I don't think I'll be spending a lot of time on it. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get a new chair, but it's not like this one here. This one's getting kind of old, but anyway, yeah, I spent like basically almost 8 hours doing that. And today, I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but on Tuesdays I do a 24-hour fast, and the way that I call it. So on Monday at 6 o'clock is my last meal, and then I don't eat again until Tuesday at 6 p.m. So that's a 24-hour stint. But I'm only skipping 2 meals, so it's 24 hours. Been doing that like about what? Maybe 6 times. It's either 5 or 6 times. I don't really recall. I'm just gonna keep doing this, even though it's my vacation. I want to keep it going and kind of roll right through. And next year at 2025. So I don't know. Maybe this will help. Lose more weight. I don't know. I'm getting old. Seems like you gotta like just not eat, work, and even then, like one thing that I kind of noticed today was like, I don't know, it feels like my muscles, they're like so weak, and they're sore all the time. Like it's tight. I guess more tightness, not necessarily soreness, but it's like you think with eating all this, red meat, like steak. I eat a lot of steaks. I got chicken, but I got other things. But it's just like you think with having a higher, protein, it kind of help. I don't know. Again, maybe I need testosterone, not protein. Anyway, who cares? We're on today's show, Frank. So, what I wanted to kind of go over today was that I kind of, as I'm working, right, I like to listen to YouTube, or sometimes I use, YouTube music or something. But today, I always listen to a lot of my other channels I have subscribed to, but I bumped into a new channel. His name is Raymond Thoughts and Mine. I'm gonna put I'll put a shout out here to his channel. Check him out. I know that we haven't talked a lot. I think in one video we had like a men's only thing. So sorry, ladies. I mean, I'm not. We could all, it'd be nice that we could actually have an actual honest, and forthcoming discussion. But hey, 2024, we can't do that, right? But you people here that are coming, you guys are probably more open-minded, right? And shit, I kind of felt the same way that this Raymond guy had, and not that this is gonna be a red pill whatever channel or anything like that. But one of his videos, it was talking like the red pill only works if it's a choice, right? Because a lot of us guys, men, we go through lots of crap and we don't really talk too much about it, and a lot of people are gaslighting, especially like I don't want to say younger women, but just like, like, oh, we're all the good men. It's like they're right there. We're invisible. I mean, like even myself, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, do I look ugly as hell, right? I'm not fat as hell, right? I make over 6 figures. Right? I got almost no debt. I mean, I'm damn invisible. And you just try to say this stuff, man, and everyone just dismisses you. even other guys, and he kind of went into that into this. And I just wanted to bring it up to your guys' attention because especially if I think as some of you young guys are listening, like I said, it's hard for me to give you quote unquote advice, but my dad said hey, don't work on the car like wrench on the car as a living. Right? Although now maybe that advice is not so great, but at least when he gave it to me in the 80s, that was actually a good thing because engineers were getting paid a lot more money than actual mechanics. And then he said, don't get married. All right. And he said that years ago, guys. All right. So it's just gotten worse, right? All you ladies are listening, like, hey, don't stop, sending all the secrets out. But I mean, it just, I've been divorced. I've landed out. I think I guys told you that. Right? You just get hosed, right? I mean, luckily I didn't have a kid. I mean, it'd be even worse, or at least, hey, like some other people, man, they get just thrown at. But yeah, he get into, I mean, like I said, get into that. I mean, he lays it out, right? I mean, he ain't pulling any punches. If I kind of, I called it more like fresher breath air, right? Is this someone coming out and actually saying what needs to be said, right? I totally embrace that. I'm the type of person where like people are like, "You gotta shut up," and I'm telling you, man, I hate when people they don't actually say it, right? They insinuate it, right? Or it's just like no. It's like, all right, maybe I'm not popular. I mean, I've never fit in anywhere, right? I've always been like the land of misfit toys. If you guys ever see the old whatever, Santa Claus coming to town. I can't remember which one. I think it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer one, actually, to be honest. But yeah, like, I've never been like super popular because I never fit in, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, I gotta be fake to fit in. I'm like, I don't want to do that either. It's just like, I just, I kind of did my own thing, and maybe that's a Gen X thing. Who says? But yeah, so check it out. It's like I said, it's a little. For you that are, maybe struggling a little too much, kind of, don't go too far into that. But I mean, he's spot on. Our society's just falling apart, right? He doesn't care about men. It says this, says that. I think one of the things that he says, and I totally agree with it because I've heard it from other people, is that men are not loved conditionally. Unconditionally, sorry. Men are only loved conditionally, meaning what men provide, right? So if you don't provide, guess what? No one gives a shit, pardon my French, right? And women don't care. I mean, even your mother or your sister, right? They say, right? Because they'll say one thing but mean something completely else, right? And they're like, oh, no, just do what I say. Like, no, because we got to follow your actions, right? But yeah, I mean, he kind of, there's more to the story, right? So that's why I say suggesting. But, in one of his other videos, and, spot on, right? Like, there's no incentive for us guys. Like I said, like even people that struggle more than me. I mean, can you imagine? It's like everything's pointless, right? Like if I can't, right? If I can't get ahead, right? I mean, because there was another video they talked about, like, how about like, people aren't, having whatever happiness at work. It's like, what? Like, we're just here to get money. Like, all right, And oh, sorry about that. I don't know what pinged Facebook. Just I don't know. Normally it's funny that this doesn't come up when I'm doing a video. But what do you do, right, when you have no say, right? No one cares, especially as a man. I'm telling you right now. I wish I knew this stuff earlier, and I think my dad was trying to say it. He just didn't say it, right? And I heard something one way, and I just, I wasn't thinking for myself as well, right? But like a lot of stuff that's out there, people are like, oh, you're so negative. No, it's just, it's almost like it's like a part of society is trying to convince other people to do something for them, right? And it's like it's not even the best interest for you as a guy, as a man, right? Look at the one guy that got arrested for trying to do the right thing. I swear to God, that shit pisses me off to no end. I mean, what, and then people say, oh, why didn't you do anything? It's like, well, what the hell? The other guy got arrested, right? And he's going to jail, or he he can't get a job anymore. I mean, this is bullshit, right? I don't know about you guys, right? I mean, I have a lot, like that stuff really it makes me angry inside, right? I mean, I don't do anything about it, right? I mean, what can you do, right? I mean, you just, you go flipping crazy and all of a sudden, woo, right? Or, someone's like, oh, that crazy guy down the street, right? People just, the paddy wagon comes, right? Or, you got some, FBI, whoop it up, right? Right? So yeah, check his channel out. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to get all negative on here, but can we at least have an adult conversation, right? There's so many people gaslighting each other. And they pretend that they're not gaslighting you, right? Or they say something and it's actually an insult, and then you're like, hey man, I'm gonna stand up for myself, and you're like, hey man, stop doing it. Like, oh, you can't take a joke. It's like. I almost said the F dash word, right? I mean, then they want to know why, right? Like, are you kidding, man? It's like, right? And then heaven forbid, these women are like, we can't find anyone out here, and this and that. And it's like, you're not giving us any instead of, but what's the point, right? Like years ago, like when I was a kid, you could be like probably 10 times uglier than me, right? 3 times fatter than me, make half the money, and dude, you could get a date like that, right? And even having, they call it the mark of the beast guy, right? They call it the 666s, right? Gotta have 6-figure income, gotta be 6 foot tall. Hey, I got that, right? And then you have 6 inches, right? Come on, 6 inches. You know what this is, right? Yeah. Oh, and then like 6-pack abs, right? So I guess it's 4 6s, right? Hey, I don't go at 6 inches, right? It's more than 3. I'll let you guys figure that shit. Whatever. I can just see. I might have just stepped into a joke there, but yeah. Go ahead, roast me. I don't give. I'm honey badger. I don't give a bleep, right? Come at me, bro. I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm too old for this crap. Whatever. You think you're all high and mighty, you know what you're saying? Nope, I don't care. I can be just like everybody else, man. I can be blissfully ignorant and just pretend that I am, even though I'm not, right? I don't care, man. I can play these dumb games I hate these games. I hate society playing these dumb games, man. What are we gonna do, right? But anyway, yeah, check his channel out. Again, his name is Raymond, and it's Raymond's Thoughts and Mine. And like I said, it can be kind of deep, right? But he gets into it's like, dude, it's like, and he's not that old of a guy, right? I mean, he's like, what did he say, like 37? And I know other guys that are even younger than that. I know a guy at work. He's like, he's like 28, 29, I don't know. And he's like, like I said, he's tall. He's good looking, right? And he's like actually he's getting pretty fit. And it's like he can't even, like, the one chick that he got a date with, like he was, I mean, I'm sorry, but I was like, what? I'm like, dude, you make over 6 figures. You're over 6 feet tall. You're almost got 6-pack. I'm like, dude, and that's where you're pulling? I'm like, why? Like, it's like, like, this is not even worth it. But he gets into there was one video about like how the work life and, especially, some of the buzzwords that he was talking about, like people leaders and, like, engagement. I was just like, oh my God. I hear that crap all the time, man. Like where I work at, it's like the same crap. It's like he called it I was like, yeah. This guy I could definitely get along with, but he's spot on about that, you guys. This communistic bullshit, whatever you want to call it, right? Socialism, whatever, man. It's all damn communism, man. They want totalitarianism, not just for this country, but they want it for the world, right? And they want to make you a slave, although we're kind of already slaves, right? But you be more of a slave, all right? And you'll do it like going, oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of people do that already, right? But like imagine, right? Everyone's like hunky-dory and, hey, yeah, we're doing this to save the planet. You know? Or something, you know, like something bad happens, right? You know? Like those dumb I almost said droids. Drones. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Move along. That's from Star Wars. If you guys don't get that one, I can quote Star Wars all day long. It's ridiculous. And Christmas Story. Oh, I gotta watch Christmas Story. Christmas is coming up. But yeah, sorry to babble a little bit here, guys. But yeah, I would love to talk about this stuff with some other people. But I'm telling you, like, try to keep it real, right? And it's like you can't even start these conversations because it's just like, oh well, not all women. It's like. Yeah, all right, fine. I kind of call bullshit on that because at this point, if it ain't all, if it's only a handful, well then why are the rest of them not saying anything? Come on, ladies. I mean, men can't tell you, right? I mean, nowadays men could, you know, a long time ago, right? Men be like, no, this is not right, and they'd stand up for themselves. But now it's like, you know, heaven forbid you talk to a woman. Like, how do you dare? How dare you, right? It's like you other women are gotta talk to other women. And say, stop doing this bullshit, right? You know, stop with the wokeism, right? Stop this every guy's bad shit, right? You know, and then that, you know, the little pew, 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 that one, the recent one. Yeah, guess what? She's like a uber, horrible femini, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, she said kill all men. Didn't matter. Baby or elder. She said get rid of them all. It's like, oh, okay, great. I guess society falls apart, right? But that type of rhetoric, if you're swap the role, right? That guy would be, you know, they'd be hunting some random guy down the street, even though he didn't do anything, right? But no, right? Anyway, guys, this may have turned into a vent video, but yeah, check out his video. Anyway, with that said, hopefully we'll keep doing up some videos here. But I'll see you soon. All right, keep it real.